Hello there, welcome to another video of SwiftCat. In this video, we're gonna look about how to show a model bottom sheet which is built with a stateful builder. Normally, bottom sheet will be of kind stateless and set state or the content or data cannot be updated. But here I'm using the stateful builder so that the content or data can be updated or changed, and also the set state works fine. So this is how, or this is what we expect at the end of this video. Like I have a button here, show bottom sheet, and clicking that over. So I have here a bottom sheet which is presenting it modally, and then I have here a button over here which is of a loud kind, and I can change the state of that button. Alright, and have here a close button, and I'm also using the set state so that the data or whatever things which we need can also be updated. So that's what we are going to make, and let's start doing that. Alright, thank you. So here initially what we start from here is I have a screen which is having a button which is show button sheet. Right now I have nothing else over here on pressed, and I also say that I have the two images which I required for changing the state. I already imported that in my assets folder. So if you have any images like you need to content or update whatever, you just need to import it in your assets and do the pub spec and all these things. Let's come back to the main.dart file, and here I'm going to start on pressed action with a show bottom model with stateful widget builder. All right. was a bit confusing in the brackets closing and all, so just missed. Alright, now let me run this. Okay, so let me check. This is having a bottom sheet. Let me fix this. Let me make a small changes in the size box. Let me give some width over here. Let's say 200, and also the elevated button. I'm going to give them a style of background. So style elevated button dot style front, and this I am going to give some elevation. Let it say 0. And I want to mainly go the background color, so let me give that background color. Color starts white. So let me run this and explain you how and what we have done this much. So it have restarted the application, and let me click on that show bottom sheet button, and here have the row which is having a button, loud button. I want to change state of this button, so let me change that. Yeah, it's still working. Actually, I made a mess in the closing cursors. I was confused a bit, so let me just go through what's here we have. So I have here the bottom sheet, which I have navigated from here on pressed on the button, which is having show bottom sheet. Then I have this column, and inside that column I made a center to alignment, and inside that column I have a row which is having this text field and also this elevated button, and then I have given a space between, that's for a size box of 10, and I placed a row which is having a separator line. Actually that's nothing but a separator line. Then I did with the size box in order to give the final button, which is the close button. That's also in said row. The reason why I made it row is I want to show that in the center of that bottom sheet. If I just simply write this as a text button, it will be aligned on the left, because I have given here start and the left padding as well. Alright, so this is what we did, and finally in the updated state, what I have here is I have here the loud selected and also the asset. So here what it does is in the set state is I have here the button updated state, which I have because of the stateful builder. And initially when the application is launched, this loud selected will be of by default false. So if that so means what happened here is the image, the allow image will be off always as off, which I have declared it here already. And once the user clicks on the button, what happens here is if it is false, this selected will be changed the value as true, and the image will be changed to the red allow button. And same as when the else condition, it goes to the off as well. So that's a pull dynamically method, which is I have did for the updated state. Here whatever you want the update state to change some other things, also you can do that. So that's all in this bottom sheet, which is having with the stateful builder and the update to update the content and the data or whatever. All right, so that's all this video. Thank you for watching.